Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Lion's Den. I don't even have all my lights on. Hold on a second. There we go. It's a little bit brighter now. It's too bright in my face. Welcome in, and we will do what are their feelings in a second. Okay. Just move things. That's where it is. I knew I left it somewhere. I found it. All right, good. I left something down here and I'm like, oh no, I lost it. I found it. That's good because I'm like, shit, I can't afford to lose it right now. That's another headache I don't want to deal with. Just a work phone. Not like you need it for work or anything. It's been missing for like a week. I'm like, shit. I didn't think I brought it down here, but I must have. Hello. Welcome in, Rebecca. Hello, Jill. Hello, Catherine. Natasha. Hello. Hello, May. Welcome in. All right. This is going to be what are their feelings for you? Hopefully it brings out some accuracy for some people. Shall see. Please remember to hit the like button on your way in. I'll wait for some people to see that we're active if they're available right now and not stuck at work or doing whatever they have to do. I'll also enjoy some of my coffee. Hello, Monica. Welcome in. Divinely protected is here. So I set this for 12:25. Like, oh, I have like 10 minutes to set up, smoke a cigarette. I did, but I want another one already. I already have it outside of the pack, staring at it right now. I'm like, yeah, I'll have plenty of time. By the time I set this up, I had 1 minute. I'm like, what? Whoops. Here we go. So we're gonna go in order. All right, here we go. Aries. Sorry, Pisces. Aquarius. Sorry, Capricorn. But you'll be at the end. Here we go. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Trish. What's up, Green-Eyed? Is it Green-Eyed Devil? Green-Eyed Devil. Almost called you Green-Eyed Virgo. I think I had a Green-Eyed Virgo in here. Something could have been your old name or something else's name. I don't know. I'm not really going to focus on that. Hello, Jill. If I didn't say hello. All right. Hot little Mexican. Welcome in. Here we go. Aries. What are their feelings for you? What are their feelings for you right now? Let's find out. They may be confused about how you feel towards them, Aries. I'm not even going to tell you what I pulled or what showed up. Well, it was this. I wasn't going to tell you, but it was the Seven of Wands in reverse. And I believe it was the High Priestess. I feel like they're confused about how you feel towards them. Let's keep going. Aries. Show us all, please. What is the message for Aries? What do we got? Yeah, it definitely was a High Priestess. Keep showing up for you. Okay. So some of you may feel like this may make sense to you. This may not. Bear that in mind. I am going to light that cigarette soon, by the way. Some of you, I feel like what happened with you, Aries, is they wanted to work with you. I'm just going to give you a border, like a storyline just out of thin air. I like that shit. So I feel like they wanted to work with you. The problem is they found you were too fascinated with putting in your work, your own work. So I feel like they mirrored you. I feel like they decided, all right, well, if Aries is going to be busy doing all this shit with work, I'm going to do the same thing, get dedicated to putting in more work towards myself or situations around me. I feel like this is how they feel like they grew apart from you. I feel like they wanted to come complete this with you or move towards you. Seven of Pentacles is, I don't feel like they're looking at it harshly, the past of it. I do get this sense. I do get this like inkling that they wanted you to be able to work, like they wanted to do this with you. I don't feel like it would have been sporadic. I feel like it would have slowly built momentum. The problem is it didn't happen. Let's see what's going on. Show me something about this for Aries, please. What are their feelings towards Aries? They just don't feel like you're excited or would acknowledge them right now. Something about when it comes to communication, it would end up being like they tell you what they're focused on, you tell them what you're focused on, and that's what gets done. Other than that, it would seem kind of lame, boring, like fucking a waste of time kind of energy. The fuck is this about? Here we go. A lot of fucking money energy. Show me something else towards Aries. What are their feelings towards Aries? I have to. I love it. The devil and the moon. So they feel like if they tried to move towards you, they would be cheating themselves, or they know that you would feel that you're cheating yourself with them. It's a very mirrored reading. I get this like they don't want to deal with. It almost seems like there would be times where there could be turbulence, but the turbulence would be settled by dust, but it would bring this awkwardness to the table. That is fucking strange, by the way. Let me just tell you, that is strange. This pertains to a person that you're not talking to. And Aries, it's definitely they have air in their moon rising, or they're a water sign. Could be, I get like it could be a Scorpio for some of you. Or they act like a Scorpio, whatever. The Star card, the Four of Wands reversed, the Eight of... They're not trying to think about you. I feel like they're not trying to worry about manifesting something that has passed by. I also feel like with this 8 in reverse, they're trying to really focus on things outside of love. It doesn't feel like they're trying to focus on burdens of love right now. I feel like those judgments they've had or the stresses they've had with them, they're trying to stand and create on their own. And I feel like they're trying to trust this transition. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, trying to put the work in. They're trying to put the work in. I think they're trying to play with new ideas with work as well. Trying to figure out what's going to work, what doesn't work. I'm going to give you a prediction. Whoever this isn't going to be for everybody, but this is a prediction for some. If you dealt with somebody who is doing this, they are figuring out who they're going to let come towards them. They're either starting that communication, or that fucking communication's on its way. The tarot doesn't have to tell you everything. Sometimes you just have to know. Sometimes you just have to understand or trust. And that was right there. That was pretty much what that shit is. Show me something else. Temperance is reversed. Why? With the Tower. What are you trying to say? Let's see what it's trying to say. What's reversed? And why is it reversed? It's about direction or yeah, so you might have dealt with whoever you dealt with in the past, whoever's on your mind. I think they're putting a lot of work and effort towards looking for solid focus on change in their life, the next chapter. But at the same time, I think they're trying to be careful with how they let and who they let in. They don't want to, something about, I don't want any sacrifices. 5 is reversed. 5 is upright. I feel like they don't want the back and forth with a person. If there isn't strong communication, they're going to aim to not let it stress them out. They're going to aim to figure things out on their own. They've already come to this conclusion. Something about I've come to this conclusion and I'm okay with cutting free. If it's not there for me, it's not there for me. This does feel like it has more to do with like bringing in collaborating more than bringing in a love situation. But I do get this. I don't want to worry about it energy with the 9 of Swords in reverse. They're like, nope, I'm not going to get stuck on this situation or the forward movement of it. I'm just going to propel in the direction that feels right to me as of now. Show me something else towards Aries. What are their feelings towards Aries? They may be a little pissy about not talking to you. They may be a little pissy about not talking to you or the ending of it, Death card. I feel like they have overcome it. I do feel like they had a lot of passion or they felt like they were taking a risk and wanting to see a victory with you, Aries. I do feel like they were hoping to trust in this as well. The thing is, it flatlined. It died. It ended. I don't feel like you talked to this person. Eight of Swords, I feel like they're focusing on their own battles right now. So whoever this is for, it's almost like they're not ready to let people in yet. They're working up towards it, to who they're gonna let in, who they're gonna deal with. I also get this energy, they want you to see it. So if they are somebody to where you could see what they're doing, they're hoping for that outcome. Aries, I'm picking up a lot of shit. So somebody's hoping you kind of look at, like, you check their fucking social media, or you be watching them from a distance, is what I'm picking up on this person. Ain't that some shit? They wouldn't admit it, but what they do would admit it for you. Whatever that's about. Here we go. Oh, damn. I'll clarify it. What are the challenges of what? So I feel like in their challenge position, a lot of what they had to work towards was moving away from things that didn't balance out, things that felt like they were keeping them drifting or apart, whether it was you or things in their life. And I get both energies on this card. Like, it wasn't just you, it was what was going on in their life. They got the 10 of Wands, the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the Death card. I feel like they realized things weren't working out the way they planned. I also get the energy with all those 10s, with all those swords, that they may have traveled a little bit or moved around the countryside. I just feel like they were moving a lot, and now they're trying to focus more, like be more productive and sit still, whatever that's about. Here we go. So this person's looking for changes without challenges. This is pretty interesting to me. The person you've dealt with, I don't feel like you're dealing with them anymore. I feel like I feel like it's a past time. I feel like this is done and over. It's happened. I also don't feel like you communicate with them. That doesn't mean 2 months, 5 months, 6 months ago that you weren't in communication. It just means right now you don't speak to them. They don't speak to you. I kind of get this. They're over that, and they're trying to figure out picking up where they should have picked up before they even encountered time with you. So if they had a focus that they let go of, they're trying to get back. I feel like they're trying to pick that wheel back up. I keep getting the wheel in reverse, and I feel like they really want it this way. I think it's more or less, I didn't have patience for it, but I also didn't stress about it as much as I could have. It means a lot to them. It brings a lot of truth and clarity to them, especially because they're probably not in a relationship at this time, something like that. King of Pentacles. And I feel like they're trying to live. It's almost like they want to live with no regrets right now. I get this. I don't want to have regrets in this reading. I would tell you they're trying to be unbothered by the whole situation. The way the reading's coming out towards me, they're not trying to let it bother them. I think they're trying to focus on the things that they wanted to focus on before you were in any kind of commitment, whether it was social, whether it was sexual, whatever it was. Here we go. Bingo. Let's go. Hold on, I gotta smoke some of this and drink some coffee. Aries. Show me something specifically for Aries. Show me something specifically for Aries, please. Here we go. Show me something specific for the zodiac sign of Aries. Aries sun. What do we got for that? Okay. You come off emotionally unbothered. 5 of Swords, the Sun. I feel like you don't want to like compare dicks or, you know, I just don't feel like you're. I get this. I'm not bothered by it. I got to focus on other things, move in that direction. You could be curious about what's going to open you up more, whether it's spiritually or just an excitement of life or relationships. I feel like you want to manifest something of the sort along with a great journey ahead of money. I get this energy. You had to walk away, or either you walked away or they walked away from you. An air or a water sign. I got to tell you, it's air or water sign. Some of you, it might not have felt grounded or like it was gonna strengthen up or be part. It just didn't feel like a win. Something about it doesn't feel like a win. King of Swords reversed. We don't talk. Emotionally, I'm not worried about it. The World's reversed. The Hermit, I trust this decision. 9 of Pentacles. There's no secret here. I just got to focus on change, and I've let this go. Knight of Wands, I don't play with it. I don't feel like it bothers you. Temperance is reversed. 8 of Wands. When it comes to rushing towards it, I feel like this was a fascination at one point, but it is no longer. Okay, the Page of Chalices with the High Priestess. I do feel like you're trusting that situation. To the bottom, it's almost like look away. It's almost like you're looking away from that. I don't feel like that's your main focus right now. If it didn't feel like it was going to bring security or stability, I feel like you have emotionally accepted this. The Devil is upright with the Emperor. I feel like you said no or goodbye to a situation. It seems like it's behind you now as well. 9 of Pentacles, this is no surprise to you. Somehow I feel like you tell yourself you just recognize this wasn't the right solid connection or commitment. I just feel like you're kind of aware of that with the 3 of Swords in reverse. Anything else for Aries? Show us. Anything else for Aries? It wants to come out. Now, I do feel like you guys mirror each other a little bit. Because I feel like I feel like you both went through an acceptance of a situation that just didn't carry forward with each other. Strong water sign energy, by the way. Strong water sign energy. Remember I was saying you guys kind of mirror each other? That's funny because you keep drawing the same 2 cards together that they were. I feel like you might have felt blinded about believing it could work or that it would work out with that 3 of Swords. The Chariot's reversed. The 8 of Pentacles. This does tell me it's behind you. This makes me feel like you'll move towards different people. You'll try out different things. I feel like you'll try out different things. I feel like you're both gonna pursue different people. You know, whether it's platonic or more. Something about it's almost like you guys are, and it's weird because I don't feel like it's a fire energy. I don't feel like you're mirroring your own sign. I feel like you're mirroring each other. And I don't get it's an intentional, but it's just happening. I don't get like you're doing it out of spite or like ego. I don't get that on either person. I get one person's really fond about letting in new things just arrive. That feels like Aries, while the other person's working more on stability, correction, direction. And that does feel like it could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, maybe a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Anywho, that's what I've got for Aries. Let's keep rolling. All right. Taurus. Welcome in. Please remember to hit that like button. Thank you very much. Those likes are kind of low. I don't know if that's accurate. 36 is low as shit, though. Come on now. Hit the like button. It's free. So these readings. Come on now. Don't hurt to hit the like. We went up 1. Thank you very much. That one person out there. Here we go. All right, Taurus. Why is the world here and changes here? So are you looking for emotional? I feel like you're looking for excitement emotionally with changes. Some of you have come to the acceptance. I'm going to have to tell you what I'm feeling. I have to put the cards down for a minute, Taurus. I feel like some of you have come to the full circle or conclusion with the world, the tower, and the Knight of Chalices. I feel like you've come to that conclusion. I just have to wait. And if you haven't, then there's your answer. You have to wait. You got to wait. You got to sit your ass down and wait a little bit. It's funny because the next card, the man sitting down, Three of Pentacles. What are they waiting for? For things to build, things to happen. And I feel like that's where you are. Not only, something about towards love and the environment changes around you. Here we go. Okay. What are you trying to tell me? I just get this energy like if there's a relationship you dealt with in the past, it's not something you worry about at all. I don't see that you worry about it at all. What's the Batman guy in here? Fire, earth, air, water. Here we go. Nine of Wands. What's going on with Taurus? I get it. I feel like Taurus is all about attracting wealth. Yeah, I get this energy. You're about attracting wealth and having things like prioritizing things very well right now. Like that's the initiative. That's what you're kind of looking at. I think that's what you're trying to take flight or soar towards as well. It's like, so I'm not picking up that you're worried about the waiting. I'm just picking up you're really focused on things coming into change. Clarify that Tower card. What's going on with Taurus's energy? I don't even feel like I'm getting. I feel like it doesn't want to talk. Hold on. About what the title is. Maybe I just haven't gotten there yet. Let's see. The Death card, Justice, Ace of Wands, still wheels reversed. No balance. Clarify that. It's almost like you're just over situations, whether it's a power struggle in love or finance. I feel like you're just over it. You don't care about it right as much as in the past it would have upset you. It doesn't upset you right now. I feel like emotionally, if you had to blow out the fucking candle, you'd blow the fucking candle out. Just feel like all these burdens, you're over it. It's like I can't be bothered by it. I can't really put my emotions towards it. I'm not going to sacrifice my peace of mind or the comfort I can build. Seven of Swords. If I did, I'd be lying to myself about finding the happiness I want to achieve or look forward to getting. Two of Swords, the Fool, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You're also not trying to stress out about things that upset you, or this has been going on maybe for the past 3 to 6 months. Something about, I'm not going to stress about the things that have gone on or the truth and clarity I've gotten about situations. Whatever it was, I feel like it was trying to be emotionally kind of like, like a bad apple or like a knock in the engine, like a rap in a motor, just something you don't need to deal with. I feel like you're not really trying to let that bother you right now, Taurus. Show me something else for Taurus. What are their feelings towards Taurus? If anybody has feelings towards Taurus, what's going on? Show me that. Okay, it's simple. Whoever you dealt with, they feel like you've moved on. I feel like you've let this go. The 10 of Swords to the 2 of Pentacles to the Ace of Wands to the 8 of Pentacles. They just feel like, nope, I had to, like this person. I don't feel like somebody feels like you're hung up on them. Not at all. Go to the bottom. The person you've dealt with, whether they're busy with work or not, they could be going through like a trying to stay motivated situation too. I just got an energy where they feel really tired all the time. They have thought about you. I see it in the cards below, and I'm like, if it's upright, it's a yes. They have given thought to you. They have thought. So what I was picking up before I picked up that Six of Wands energy, like victory energy, they have thought about you in the past or in the recent past, where would this have gone? Where would this have led? Some of you, they might have wondered why it didn't work out in love as well. Like what was the challenge between, I'm done. What was the challenges between the two of you in love? Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Here we go. Clarify. Okay, some of you, they feel like you had other things that you were basically other priorities in front of them. Some of you, they may have felt as if you were focused on other things other than them. Settling your own scores before dealing with them, or being able to set a course with them. They come off with an energy like they feel like if I was speaking to them, like they would be like, that person just wasn't ready. That person had too much going on. They weren't ready for me or to commit to me. But with them saying that, I almost feel like, were they the ones that weren't ready? I don't know. I'm getting that energy. It's where it's like, I do feel like you were busy, but you also might not have felt they were really gonna stick around. Somebody was kind of aware of what's going on, whether it was you or them. It's pretty much is what it's showing me. Here we go. Show me something else for Taurus. So Taurus, you come off like you don't want to deal with anything that blocks you right now. Anything that could block your happiness, anything from the past that may have deceived you or lied to you. You don't really want to deal with that Three of Swords bullshit energy. You're like, no, I'm all set. I'll keep my distance. The world, maybe you've decided I'll move on. I do feel like somebody left. This just makes me feel the King of Chalices and the Eight of Chalices, like you were left out in the cold in a situation. I have no verbal communication on the table. So I feel like there were things that weren't communicated to you that should have been. Ten of Swords and Balance, Justice, reversed. Might have been why it was easy to walk away from this person or the situation. Two of Pentacles, Ace of... It may have made you feel like... It may have made you feel like if you went towards it, it was never going to change or show any change. It was always going to be the same, or you're not going to want to communicate, or they're not going to communicate correctly towards you. It didn't seem like something you wanted to play with either. Two of Wands, and you have the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords in here. I just didn't show you the Two of Swords. I feel like you're very aware of it. Ace of Pentacles, Nine, Six. I don't see you moving towards it. I feel like every time you try to strengthen a situation or not stress about it or look for communication, I feel like it wasn't there. I feel like the other person was kind of... I get this hold with the Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Somebody was holding back on you. Somebody was fucking holding back. Eight of Swords, tight-lipped. Eight of Swords reversed, tight-lipped. Not opening up the window, not looking out the window. Four of Swords, not really communicating what was upsetting them. They could have felt like you were trying to get over a love situation, or they didn't want you to be bothered with a situation that they felt really attached to. Love I'm over it. I'm done. That's what I got for Taurus. It's getting kind of crazy. So I'm like, no, that's enough. Here we go. Let's keep going. Gemini. Oh, there you are. No, that's the Chariot. I thought that was you. I don't have the Lovers. I think the Lovers on Tauruses. We're going to read Gemini now. Welcome in. Please remember to hit that like button. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Appreciate that too. What's going on with Gemini? What are their feelings towards Gemini? Let me just move these out of the way. Just give me a second. They're not completely in the way, but they're in the way enough. If I need the space, I want to have it. Here we go. Of course, I didn't pick one up. There we go. Gemini. What are their feelings towards you? Ooh. Show me Gemini's situation. What's going on? That was quick. Yo, you came out. Okay. You came flying out. Your cards are like splashing out of the deck, by the way, like slinging right out. 8 of Wands, Strength, and the Lovers. So this makes me feel like somebody wants to move towards you right off the bat. Some of you, it could be an ex, or it could be somebody that you've been in conversation or have dealt with recently. That 8 makes me feel like it's either or. It's somebody new or it's an ex. Some of you, it could be a little bit of both. Why do I get you could have two men wanting your attention? Page of Chalices, King of Wands, 6 of Swords, the Wheels reversed, and the Sun. The Sun's under the... Clarify. Why is the Chariot reversed? I'm not going to pick it up. But there we go. You may also feel like you have a lot of broken communication right now. Like the communication with people has just been offset, or it just isn't fucking adding up or making sense. Delayed. I get like delayed, or not, like it's there 1 minute, it's gone the next. I feel like you're not enjoying this energy. I don't feel like you like it. 6 of Wands. What the fuck? The Queen of Swords. It's so in and out. Feels like there's nothing there. Then all of a sudden you're speaking or you're moving towards it. Clarify the King of Pentacles. I also feel whether it's you or the person or persons that's trying to be around you, somebody has secrets. There's secrets in this energy. So is it you, Gemini? Are you hiding shit from somebody, or somebody hiding shit from you? Because it's one or the other. Somebody's hiding shit. I better get my fucking binoculars out, bitch. What are you hiding? What are they hiding? Somebody's hiding something. Let me just show you something a little ironic. You see her? I've pulled her out of the deck many times for many zodiac signs in this reading. It's the first time I felt secrets with her. It was in Gemini. Here we go. Could be secret affairs. It could be something as stupid as somebody, an attraction at work, or somebody trying to use work to their advantage. 4 secret affairs. What the fuck? I'm over it. It's what I'm seeing. Here we go. Somebody could also not feel like the direction they're dealing with in a career, if it's making sense, if it's solid, if it's worth sticking around. I get like they emotionally don't want to give up, but I feel like they don't trust the victory within inside of the work or the fruits of their labor paying off. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles. You may feel as if sometimes people don't listen. It may have made you feel like 7 of Pentacles, the Tower, like things need to change or subside. 10 of Pentacles, it doesn't feel sturdy. It feels unsturdy. And I don't feel like that's what Gemini wants right now. Has a lot to do with communication. You may have somebody that tries to communicate with you 1 minute and then the next minute it's like, so I get this energy. You could have somebody at work or in a career endeavor where it's like they act like they're for you 1 minute and they're against you the next minute. Fuck that busybody asshole. Woman, male, I don't care what it is. Fucking he, she, who the fuck it is. Who the fuck wants to deal with that? I know I don't want to deal with that. You can trust them as far as you throw them. So 1 minute they're like cool they're cool with you one day, for the next day for them to, they almost come off like they're fucking bipolar. What in the fuck? It's weird. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, you keep popping up. The energy that's popping up around you, you may have dealt with a water sign or another air sign. I get this energy. Whoever you dealt with, whoever was in your energy last, doesn't mean they're in your energy as much now. But the last person, something about this makes me feel like who was there before. I get this who was there before. There's that water energy. They could be a water or an air sign, by the way, Gemini. I get they're not trying to accept an ending, something that's been let go of. I feel like they want to speak. They want to open up the lines of communication. They want to bridge. They want to meet in the middle of the bridge. Why? Could be a man. Definitely could be I get with this card over here to the left. I feel like it's a man that wants to connect with you, come back towards you. But I also get with the Five of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Ten of Wands. It's almost like I don't feel like they believe you'll eat the grapes or you'll come towards them. I feel like they want to speak to you, but I don't feel like they're getting what they want. I feel like they understand that you don't trust the situation. I do get that they're probably, I get this, they feel bored energy. I get this, I'm bored right now. I'm trying not to let things get to me. I don't feel like I'm moving in a direction that makes me happy or like that I want, right? They just come off like I'm trying to be strong, but nothing's changed. I get this nothing's moving energy for this person. Three of Swords reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed. Nothing's changed. I'm done. 6 and 6. It's like things of the past that they want to see changes with or that they don't want to stress about. The communication's not fucking happening. And Gemini knows this. So you could have somebody that wants to work with you, but I feel like they don't see it making any progress. I feel like they're lonely. This made me feel real lonely, like from my heart to like from the middle of my chest, not even kind of the middle of my chest to my stomach. I felt real lonely and sad for a second. They're hoping for risks. King of Wands. They give me this energy like we could have it all, Gemini. But what are they offering? Are they offering anything for the all? Or I just get this, they don't realize it's too late energy. I feel like you feel like, no, I don't want to deal with them. I'm over it. I feel like you have truth and clarity on that too. I'm not surprised that came out. I feel like you're like, I'm fucking over that bullshit. I don't want to dance with that person. I don't want to stand by that. When my passion goes in a direction or ends, when I put it to bed, I put it, I lay it to rest. It is what it is. 5 of Swords. I've drawn my line in the sand. I've let this go. 8 of Swords reversed. I'm not going to stress or worry about this bullshit. And I trust that's the direction that's good for me. This other person, though, I feel like they're not willing. The 8 of Pentacles makes me feel like they know they should let go, but they're fucking not willing to. for now, I'm going to tell you, just be patient with the outcome of things you have to deal with or contend with right now. Don't let things get to you right now. Don't let things pull on your emotions or stress you. Something about let your stress try to be as stress free or manage your stress really well right now. And I feel like that's very something you should really work towards or trust. For you to get the high priestess and the high priest on each end of that, I feel like that's something you got to really focus on manifesting and trusting, not letting things get the best of you right now, Gemini. Some of you, it could be family. Some of you, it's family and it's work related. And it's not letting it ride you to a stress level that's unhealthy or going to cause any health complications. Don't it just why? Fuck that shit. Say no to that and trust to say no to that and just make the damn decision. Don't let any toxic shit really upset you. Just make that decision and have the truth and clarity that that's the smartest thing for you. And there's more confirmation with the high priestess. There you go. Don't let things test your patience right now. And you just got to trust that method. I don't know how else to tell you, Gemini, but you're going to have to work on that because I feel like shit's been trying to test your patience. Here we go. All right, here we go. How's everybody doing? How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Anything else for Gemini? Anything else for Gemini? Let's see. It's working sporadically. I gotta go bring it down to the shop and be like, yo, I'm paying for service and this shit keeps going. I go to sleep, the phone shuts off, no service. I wake up, I don't realize for like an hour or two, I haven't had service. So I'm like, fuck. And I can't keep letting that happen. And I go to sleep weird hours of the day or night because of my schedule. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is like the third time. Here we go. Anything else for Gemini? Mm-hmm. It's weird. I'm just going to straight up tell you, your reading's telling me, Gemini, it's not worth stressing about love or finances right now. That's all I got for you. It's like all these cards, it's like, don't stress about love and finance. Also, don't worry about a situation that's already been had. But also, like, then it goes to the Devil, to the Five of Wands, to the Judgment reverse, to the Two of Pentacles, to money. I almost feel like it's trying to tell me not for you not to focus on stressing about a relationship that is not getting mended, to not let a career get you down or let anything get the best of you feeling the way your health feels. You may need to be focusing on all three right now. And it may almost feel overwhelming at times. And it's trying to get me to make sure you focus on them without adding too much stress. So what I'm going to add to this situation is start adapting the possibility of change. Start trying to transition or position yourself into changing it to an environment that gives you fulfillment in what equals what basically like let's equal out the odds. If something over here isn't working correctly, manage it, dissect it, fix it. Now, if that's at work, now kind of once you've done that at work, whether it stays afloat or it becomes problematic, let it be what it's going to be while you focus on the next thing. What do I need to do to not feel lonely, stressed out? If it's not a depression thing, it feels like an overwhelming energy thing where it's like everything's kind of just coming at me, or I'm not getting any assistance or any help with this shit. Why am I carrying all this dead weight? Why is all this on me? And I feel like you kind of need to assess it, but also maneuver in a situation, or it's almost like you realize what's there, but you need to do something about what's there. And there's nothing that's going to change unless you start putting that in, those pieces into perspective. Something like that is what I need you to do. I don't need you to do. That's what the tarot's telling me you should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say you're biting off more than you can chew. I just feel like you ever walked out on a pond, and when you're walking out on the pond and you're stepping on the ice and the ice is like cracking and you think you're going to fall through. Well, that's kind of what it feels like your surroundings have been like. And I feel like instead of worrying about falling in the water, figure out how to walk around the pond without stepping on the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's something that I feel like you're really going to have to focus on that. And it doesn't feel like it's just like a love thing. It feels like it's love, money, and your health. It feels like it's all three. Stand your ground. Something about you may need to stand your ground, Gemini. Anyways, let's keep going. Here we go. Cancer. Can Gemini get a new card now? I don't know. It's after the September 4th. It's probably a good idea if you want one. Probably a good time of the year too, honestly. They have all the sales right around now. So if interest rates have dropped, it's probably even better reason to get a card if that's what you're looking for. Here we go. Cancer. Clarify this for Cancer, please. What? Hold on. Show me something else towards Cancer, please. Why do I get unsure energy? What is the deal? Clarify the 10 and the 8. Show me something for the 10 and the 8, please. Somebody doesn't know. So I feel like somebody doesn't know. It's almost like somebody wants something, or somebody, I get like a wish, prayer, and a hope. Wish, prayer, and a hope. And I do believe it's with you, Cancer. I do believe it's with you, or playing with the idea of mending or fixing a situation with you. I do feel like somebody's, I almost feel like I'm picking up the mind of somebody else in your reading. 6 of Pentacles to the 4 of Swords. So let me get this straight. In the beginning, they tried not to be bothered by the situation between the two of you. Now, take this how it may resonate. This could be a love situation. This could be a love, family, whatever. But it looks like somebody's trying not to be bothered by looking away from a situation. Whether it's you, whether it's them, whether it's both of you. 2 of Swords to the 6 of Wands to the High Priestess. Somebody does like the idea of seeing a victory or trusting the outcome of the victory with you. The problem is they don't see it happening. They don't see it happening, whether it's you're not seeing it happen, they're not seeing it happen. Somebody's not seeing it happen. Somebody's not offering that motive. The Queen of Swords, the 10 of Swords. I almost feel like there should be communication, but there is none. I feel like that's telling me there should be communication, but it's kind of buried in the grave. You know what I mean? Like somebody's not speaking when somebody's not, I just feel like there's a lack of communication. Those two, that makes me feel like the phone's not being answered, or the person's not calling. You're not calling them. They're not calling you. There's no touch. There's a problem with communication completely right there. The 10 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. Somebody does see it as of a high value. Like it could be worth going towards towards the situation. That's underneath the Two of Swords and the Six of Wands, getting the victory. So for somebody, it's worth it. But on the other end of the stick, the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles, somebody also feels like I had to let this go. And I have to really focus on other things. The Ace of Pentacles, I need to focus on other things. Why? Now, was it you or is it them? Somebody didn't want to be stressed out. It's telling me somebody didn't want to be stressed out about the situation, the emotional bond or attachment from it, or how they feel like it's fleed them for so long. Whether it's you or them, they didn't. It's almost like you want to move towards something you're very passionate about, but you can't. And you've made up your mind that you can't because it's too fucking painful. Does it make you feel like the flames burning a little too hot in your face and nothing's changing? Do you struggle to trust it, or do you feel that's how they feel about you? Because I feel like it's the second one. Maybe a little bit of both, but the second one's very strong. Page of Pentacles, Judgment, Five of Wands. There might have been outer interference that made this separation or the I feel like somebody was in the problem. I don't feel like it was just the two of you. I feel like it took a crowd to fuck this up. Emotionally, I feel like you don't want to be bothered by it. Somebody also feels like, I'm going to say something that would only make sense if this shit's happened to you. I feel like the Cancer that's watching this reading, and oh, check out the shirt, by the way. That's for you, Cancer. I feel like the Cancer that's watching this right now, I feel like you know that people were putting words in your fucking mouth, or they were trying to make a situation untrue and surrounded around you, basically painting you to be this vigilante bad person. What the fuck? The Hanged Man. I feel like it caused a lot of stress or headaches that you were like, I can't keep running towards wanting to change this or hoping the person can see through the bullshit. I feel like you felt like you were five's a crowd. You have a lot of five energy here. 5, 5, and 5. I feel like a lot of changes weren't being met. This could surround your grandchildren or your children, by the way, the World and the Empress. You could be a mom and it could surround children or a grandmother. The Three of Pentacles. I feel like this is trying to tell me what you've been trying to work on. And something about Three of Pentacles and the Sun is healthy boundaries and achieving things to work out. This reading makes me feel like I need to say somebody knows that this situation's bothered them for too long, so they didn't really want it to be their main focus. It was something where it was like, every time I think about this, nothing's changed. I've been patient with it. I've wanted to move towards it or to come find me, but it just seems like it's lost. Or Eight of Swords, like it's just blinded by maybe the ignorance of a third or fourth or fifth part, outside interference by far. Definitely. Seven of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you had to let it go. You didn't want to play tug of war with this shit. And I feel like you made this decision. I do feel like your heart's still open towards being able to emotionally accept how it's been. I feel like you want communication as well, Four of Pentacles, but stability has been something that's been on the forefront for you. And trusting that that's what you need to go towards and not worrying about meddling with a situation that you are emotionally attached to, but feels like if you go towards it, that you may not get the reaction you're hoping for, or they may not really. I just feel like you want to fix a situation, or you would like to see somebody know the truth. I want somebody to manifest their own happiness, see the truth, cut through the lies, not be focused on what happened in the past, the judgments, the Page of Chalices, the 10 of the emotional. There's a lot of emotional disruption and damage, and I feel like you're like over it. I feel like you've tried to assort the apples, pick the apples, but at the same time, those victories you wanted to have, Three of Swords, you're not really willing to fight a bunch of different people off or make somebody believe a situation that seems unfair. It makes you feel like you're wrapped around a tree when it comes to communicate. I feel like people were cheating you with communication or lying. I feel you have a lying energy. Like, I just feel like somebody painted a picture to make you an asshole. I hate to say that, but I feel like somebody tried to make you out to be this big asshole. And it was like they're being too big for their britches, or they're totally taking a situation and using the power of manipulation over it. Not just manipulation. It feels like let's see what happens. Clarify with whatever I'm saying. Clarify something for Cancer. Let's see what we get. I just want to see what the fuck it says. Let's go. So it makes me feel like somebody, if you were brought up, somebody, I'm just going to say it. I feel like if you were brought up in a conversation, the things there may have been some things said nice about you, but most things said about you weren't so fucking nice. You know, a lot of it feels too like this person came off to whoever they talk to that you're not in contact with, that I feel like both parties would like to get in contact with or understand what the fuck went wrong. Just get down to the solid, the nitty gritty. I feel like the person talking a lot of shit is stuck in the past, and they'll tell them a lot of who you were in the past when the past has been so like outplayed and done with that they're not even remotely close to who you are today. I don't like that. I don't care for that shit, but that's what I'm seeing. And I'm just going to roll it off my tongue. For some of you, it was a woman antagonizing it, but a man was behind the key. He was like the co-inspirator, or he just didn't say much, but kind of put his 2 cents in. Definitely could have been a fire sign, by the way, whatever the fuck. I'm going to tell you, could have been a fire sign, an Aries or a Sagittarius. I'm over it. Maybe a Leo, but I wasn't picking up Leo energy. All right, 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, the Moon. Yes, holy shit, I should have just taken it out myself. I asked 3 times, will this person reach out? You got yes with the Leo card, and this is a card that I almost pulled out of the deck on my own. I'm like, it's going to be a yes, and the card that I thought it would be came flying out. I just don't think it's going to happen overnight. 6 of Pentacles is going to take time. Death, 10 of Swords. They still got a little bit of healing. Whoever you've dealt with, whether it's a child, a best friend, an old love connection, whatever was got in the way of whatever like fucked with your situation, let karma play its course with that. But I do feel like you will communicate again with this person, and you guys will speak again. This makes me feel like you'll both get confident and strong enough to figure it out on your own. You'll get sick of the outside bullshit noise. You're not going to let it fucking make up your own minds or decisions. The situation will eventually get fixed. Somebody will get a good outcome, but I don't feel like it's going to happen immediate. An immediate course of action is a no. As far as it happening and going in a success in the future, absolutely. Absolutely. The problem is the victory is going to take its time. 6 of Wands reversed. Here's your card, the Chariot upright. For you to get the victory in that situation, it's going to take its time to unfold. You just have to trust this process and stay optimistic and happy about seeing that venture really happen, and not stress about that or the predicaments of that 5 energy, things that didn't change. You have a lot of 5s. I also get the energy you don't want to deal with situations that are going to be upsetting right now. Or if it drains you, you'll stay away from it. Something about if it drains me, Queen of Swords, I'll cut free of it. I won't have patience for it. I will not even I won't tolerate it. I'll throw my hands up to it. I'm done with it. Kind of energy. You may have been running that energy for a while, by the way. All right. Leo in a minute. I hope that made sense to some of y'all Cancers. That may have been like so specific that if the shoe fits, it fits. If it ships, it ships. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know what to tell you on that one, other than that ain't gonna hit home with every goddamn Cancer. It just can't. I can't. That wasn't meant to. That was meant to target a specific part of the audience. You did get good news, which is that even though it might have taken longer than you wanted to deal with or had to might have frustrated you to the point you had to let it go, it hasn't. It's almost like you know how we have moon in the day, sun at night, and it's just never ending every day. That's how that situation feels. But eventually the sun's going to shine on that problem, and the moon's going to light up the issues, and then the sun's going to make you guys come together. It's going to make you figure out a happy thing. The thing I didn't tell you for Cancer, before we do Leo, the thing I wasn't telling you, I did perceive an energy where if there is a fix of a situation with you, and it's probably a family situation, if there is a fix with it, the other person has a hard time trusting it for a while, but then they come around. It takes a while, but then they come around. I saw that specifically right here with their emotions. I just didn't say it. And I was like, I don't want to put a damper on it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. All right. That's what I was seeing. It's like they have a hard time knowing if they can trust the situation or believe in it. Because it feels like it's just been a day and forever. Whatever. It's very specific. Leo. Let's go. Welcome in, Heather. Welcome in, Jack. Leo, what do we got for you? Uh-oh. What do we got for Leo? What are their feelings towards you, Leo? Why do I get, before I pull any tarot for you, Magician's on the bottom. What's on the other side? The moon, their awareness. Holy shit, I thought it was going to be the moon on the other side, and it's on the opposite side. Holy shit, that's kind of creepy. But aside from the creepiness, am I super surprised? No. I feel like they feel like you are not very... I feel like they don't feel like you feel obligated to them or a situation. I don't know where this is coming from, but I feel like the obligations don't feel existent, and I don't feel like they like it. I feel like it's pissing them off. I feel like they're hiding that it's making them upset, or they're trying to figure out how to deal with it. What obligations? What are these obligations? Well, what is the problem? Why does somebody have a problem with you? Like, I'm trying to decipher something that I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Let's see what the tarot says. That moon, right with that Magician. And shuffle for Leo. Here we go. It's not just obligated. There's another word I want to use. We'll see. Here we go. Let's see what the tarot says. Leo. What are their feelings towards Leo? Somebody feels at distance or unpeaceful. I almost get somebody feels as if a situation with you. Clarify this before I say anything. Clarify it. It's a past situation, and it's the outcome of the situation. I almost feel like it was never communicated through. It was never expressed what went wrong, why it went wrong, or why somebody jumped the fence to somebody else. If you're a female, they probably dipped on you to another woman, or if you're a dude, dipped on you to another man, whatever the fuck's going on. But it feels like that. I also get you might have had to accept the interruption or the lack of closure. Something about lack of closure. It wasn't really worth fighting with. Five of Swords, if you tried to communicate, it might have been ugly communication with the other person or seemed like childish. I feel like somebody couldn't hold their temper in this communication. Somebody was upset about the outcome. It made them very unhappy. Could have been you, Leo. It definitely could have been you about what happened or how things moved forward. I feel like emotionally you've released this. This definitely makes me feel like you've released this. You could be trying to focus on things that don't upset you at this point. Knight of Cups is reversed with the Ten of Swords. This makes me feel like it's just clarifying more of that you don't want to be upset or focus on the imbalance of situations that have kind of surpassed. It already happened. Just already happened. The High Priest, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Swords. I feel like you don't feel like this person really acknowledged your worth. Three of Wands is reversed, the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like they looked down upon a situation or down upon you. And I feel like Leo wasn't going to stand for this shit. I feel like Leo looked at it like, I can't be bothered by it, but it does piss me off or stress me out or make me a little angry. I get a little angry. This person did some bullshit towards me in a love situation. I wanted to manifest happiness, but they ran away. They ran towards something else. Might have been another person. I feel like they ran towards another person or another committed energy. The world. I feel like they moved on. Ace of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Chalices, Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Made you feel like you had no choice but to not be fooled by how they treated you. You definitely could be a woman, by the way. I feel like a man may have stepped out. Three of Swords, stepped into something else with somebody else. Ended the victory with the Leo and jumped into a relationship with somebody else. Started a family with somebody else. And you may know that this is accurate. And that might be your truth and clarity. Emotionally, I feel like it really was upsetting at one point. I feel like you got the patience, the strength, the willpower to let this go. Two of Wands, you may have felt like you had no other fucking decision here. It does give me this energy like you felt like I can't move towards a situation that's not going to work with me, or that feels like it's just going to just be a problem. The wheel, like a stop in the wheel. I just feel like you couldn't meet eye to eye with this person. So if you're a woman, I feel like it's just like you guys weren't communicating well. And if it was a man, they probably weren't communicating at all. Page of Chalices, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, the High Priestess. This makes me feel like you got tired, annoyed about what was going on. The Magician's here now, Eight of Swords. I feel like you felt blinded about the changes that had happened. Emotionally, I feel like you wanted to disconnect and focus on stability or finding your own way and recognizing this person was. You may also feel like this person fell for somebody, but they made the wrong choice. At the end of the day, no matter how they felt about you, what they decide is for them, not for us to decide. It's for them. And I feel like it's not the balance you're supposed to focus on. I feel like it's getting over the lack of being able to communicate with them is what you're supposed to focus on, or figure out how to work through. I need to work through this situation. I need to work through this. Some of you, the easy way to work through it is just to let it go. Others of you, you have no choice but to communicate it. You will in the future. Some of you will. You have no other choice. I wouldn't expect a lot. I feel like when you try to communicate it, they'll still try to give you the short straw. So I wouldn't expect a lot out of the communication, or really let it rub you the wrong way. Don't let it rub you the wrong way. I wouldn't let it bother you. I think too much time's going to have passed for it to really get to you. I feel like if you feel like you can't get your words out or your feelings out, and the person's still not willing to listen, it's because they were kind of, off on their own journey and feeling this is the direction for me, and they kind of left your feelings aside. Everybody does what they want to do to their accord, and you might have just had to accept it and move away from it. But I do feel like there's still lines of communication for some of you that will happen. I don't know why, but I'm feeling that's going to happen. Definitely feeling like that's going to happen for you guys. Okay. Ooh, jumped over my left hand. Page of Wands. You guys don't communicate very well right now at all. Page of Swords. It's almost like the door's been closed for a while. You've probably been separated for a while. Ace of Pentacles, this makes me feel like nobody's willing to communicate or put the sacrifice in speaking about the issues or the stress of the predicament that had happened. I need to focus on the things that are going to make me feel balanced in life. I also want to manifest things that aren't going to make me feel like I'm turning around or moving backwards energy. I don't want to feel like I'm moving backwards with my directions. I want to be moving solid forward and confident, not just confident, but I want to be moving forward productively. King of Swords with justice. And I know what I can't move towards, or what hasn't changed, what will still make me feel like devalued or undervalued. Queen of Wands, what's not worth the stress, what came off toxic or was a toxic situation that's now way in the back mirror. I'm sure it stressed you out for a while, or kept you up late at night at sometimes. This love connection, this love bullshit, I feel like it did. I feel like it's not the stress you're supposed to focus on right now. 10 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like if anything, focus on your health and your career more than anything, and those you love. You might have dealt with a karmic love connection. I feel like you dealt with a karmic love connection that came in with the wind and honestly went out with the wind. That's what I'm seeing for you, Leo. Oh, I'm done. So somebody might not have trusted this relationship. I'm over it. And it does feel like it's a man, because a man high priest came up before the high priestess. And as I'm thinking about what the cards are, this came out blatantly in front of me. Somebody let go of the trust, the foundations. And this is why I think it was the dude, because the woman's all in shambles and upset, and the man's staring back at that. I feel like he didn't trust the situation. 7 of Wands, I feel like he let go of a situation. Might have been prematurely. And it doesn't feel, I hate to say it, but it lacked communication. That you're not getting a lot of strong communication. There's a lot more of deception, or if not deception, a lot of shit going on without any verbal communication of what's going on. So if in an outcome you were surprised by what was going on, or you found out and it was kind of on a whim, once it got brought to your attention, it wasn't something that was like I don't feel like you were Inspector Gadget investigating it, and trying to figure it out. I feel like it just showed up. I don't know how else to put that for you. Here we go. Let's see what else we got for Leo. Anything else for Leo? I'm going to say point blank, period. For some of you, it feels like he wasn't willing to admit he might have been in love with somebody else. Something like that. Like he had love for somebody else. Page of Pentacles. He just didn't feel grounded in a commitment with you is what it's telling me. The stability, he has this, I wanted to try something else out and move in that direction. Because where I'm at now, or the judgment I'm at now, it just doesn't feel like it's the truth or what's going to make me happy. It's something I'm letting go of. Somebody let go of a situation and felt they needed to trust it. I do feel like they should have spoken about this with you or talked to you a little bit more about how they felt. I feel like they didn't do that. I feel like they kept their emotions to themselves. They left their truth and clarity to what happened over time. Something like that might have happened for some of you. Ooh, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to show you all that. I just feel like some of you, they're just repeating a story. They started with you with somebody else. It just lasts longer, whatever the fuck that's about. So if you were with somebody and they got with somebody else, they're basically doing the same thing with them. It just runs a longer course than they were with you. They managed to stay or to trust being in it for a little bit longer, being a little more comfortable under that tree. But at the end of the day, is it really making them happy? No. The answer is no. I feel like you dealt with somebody who thinks they know what they want, but they really don't know what they want. In a love scenario, in a love situation, they have this very unsure energy about themselves. Whatever. That's what I got for Libra. Let's keep going. Jesus. Virgo. I'm going to shuffle in my hands. Currently on Virgo. You may feel like you've had a lot of decisions that you have to make and you're trying something about it. If you're a Virgo, you may feel like you have decisions you need to make or you've had to make recently or are coming to the point where you have no choice but to make a decision and you want to make the right one. I get this. I need to make the right decision. I need to put my hand out in the right area. I need to select the right choice or make the right choice. Energy all over that 2 of Wands, whatever this is about. Here we go. I feel like you're trying to trust doing it. You may feel a little confused about how to do this or if you're going to do it right. Do it with your heart. Do it out of truth and care. I'm going to tell you, if you want the victory, you got to do it from your heart and from what means right. No matter if it feels right, feels wrong, some things that don't feel right or feel wrong are the right thing to do. You might have to look at it that way to get the victory. I feel like you've got to trust, even if it's hard to believe, you've got to, whether it's standing out for yourself, speaking up for yourself, or it's just doing something that's not going to make you feel the greatest to do. I feel like you should do it regardless if it's the right thing to do. Even if sometimes doing the right thing feels like the wrong thing, I feel like Virgo's in that energy. And it has to do with communicating something because you have the King of Swords staring at me. The Chariot. Some of you, it could be a transition or moving away, moving out of your home. I'd be careful, because if somebody's trying to move and not tell somebody and there's children involved, I'm going to tell you without the tarot, that could backfire. If you're planning on moving and not letting somebody know that you're moving, especially if it's a little bit further away than expected, that could arise problems. Why do I get like you want to relocate? Somebody wants to relocate or buy something at a distance, or pay for something at a distance, but doesn't want to tell somebody about it. I have some kind of energy like that where this stresses them out. You have a move on energy. The Queen of Chalices, and trying to make a decision, but also trying to have truth and clarity of what might happen if you do this. As long as you're not trying to take the children and run, you should be okay. But if you're taking the kids a little further than what's maybe lined in the sand or documented, be careful of something like that. The Ace of Pentacles to the Tower. That's going to be very specific, that part for you and your kids, especially if you're in a divorce agreement. So there's a Virgo that could be, there's another story here. There's a Virgo that whether you're in communication or you become in communication with somebody, whether you're in it now or you become in communication with somebody, I'm showing an energy where it's almost like you don't want the ex to know. It's showing me an energy where there's a Virgo doesn't want the ex to know that they're talking to somebody else or what they're doing. What is that all about? And why? Do you feel like they're going to cause problems? Potentially. Maybe that's why. You also have a lot of like wanting to move towards a higher emotional fulfillment. I feel like you're struggling to make a decision. Whatever that is, whether that's towards this X situation or whether that's towards something completely outside of what you've already tolerated and dealt with. Because it feels like it wasn't something, it feels like there was something you had to tolerate, you had to work through. But now you have different obstacles you're working through. But how do I get the best of them without them getting the best of me energy? That's what I'm seeing for Virgo. Whatever that's about. Here we go. Jesus, Virgo. Why do I get like I don't want anything to backfire energy? Like I don't want any backfire or bullshit with it. And I feel like you're knowing this or trusting it. I feel like you're wanting to trust what you do. You may feel like somebody's going to be a problem. And it feels like a past situation could be a problem to a direction you're trying to move towards or work towards. I get this energy where you don't want the past to become a part of this problem. What is going on? This is fucking like, it's like trying to tell me, but then it stops, and it's annoying the shit out of me. To be honest, it's starting to annoy me a little bit. So what judgment are you going to take? Two of Wands and Judgment. What direction are you going to go in? If you feel like somebody needs more help in a situation, especially somebody younger than you, like a child, they probably do. Okay? Something about if there's something that's reflected upon a child needing something or having a learning disability, they probably do need the extra help. The extra curriculum could help them. It could work out in their favor, whoever that's for. Not going to be all of you. Could be a little boy. All right, here we go. Holy shit. As that happens, the card in the middle is the woman and the boy, the world. She's holding a little boy's hand. Oh, that's creepy. Here we go. And I wasn't going to show you that one first, but we're going to put that one in the center because it's where it landed. King of Wands, Queen of Swords. You may have felt like a position or a person tried to come after you with like an authority figure or cut you out. Three of Wands. I feel like somebody was trying to kind of be a little malevolent or dishonest, keep you stuck, making you feel like you had no control of an outcome or a situation. Page of Pentacles, Two of Chalices. There's probably a love situation or a partner. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you balanced out how to get away from this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at one point you felt like you couldn't move out of this energy till you made a decision. I'm not going to let it be my problem anymore. Show me something for Virgo, specifically for Virgo, please. You may have also felt like a man was causing more problems. If you were a woman and you were with a man and you did have kids with them, like he was trying to cause more problems than solutions, more problems than happiness. And I feel like he kept doing this over and over again. Like it was very habitual, or it just kept, it was more negative than positive. Did it backfire? Did it backfire? Because I bet you it will. I bet you it will. If it hasn't yet, I bet you it does. Guarantee it. Here we go. Nobody likes ugly. You can run away with ugly for too long. Here we go. Let's go to Libra. 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 My feelings towards you. Oh. You want to flip? You can be flipped. Let's keep shuffling. What do we got for my Libras? Here we go. Libra. Happy Friday, Jacqueline. Libra lovers. Do you got a Gemini on your mind or just love in general? You might have a Gemini in your mind. Somebody's got a Gemini on their mind. The fuck? It's not a Gemini. It could be another Libra or an Aquarius. For you to start with lovers in general, let's go. See where we go with this. It's an air sign. It's definitely an air sign. Somebody could feel cut off from communication with definitely an air sign or a water sign, High Priestess. Understanding that the passion they once had for a situation, something they trusted in, has now crumbled or is basically feels apart from. I feel like somebody's wanting to invite change to it or adapt to change, adapt into a changing outcome, getting an outcome to show up the way. It's almost like somebody's expecting more of a situation when the situation's kind of on its heels or on its way out or has been on its way out or it's already out. It's like they want a different outcome. Seven of Pentacles with a Chariot. I feel like something's already happened, but somebody wants to see something be resurrected kind of energy. Wants to believe that things aren't over, that communication can change the situation. King of Wands. This could be somebody who stresses about money. They may stress about money or the spending of it, whether it's a Libra or it's the other party. It feels like that could fall on the Libra. Maybe even both parties. The Moon, King of Chalices, the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, the Fool, and the Seven of Chalices. It's a separation. Somebody's feeling like they need to try to figure out how to work through a separation or the lack of communication with the separation. It's a dude. A dude wants to speak to a woman, and I feel like the woman has fucking moved away from the situation. The King of Pentacles. She could be very career devoted or driven right now. I also feel like he's trying to do that. He's trying to stay on his career path. Seven of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. I don't feel like the career sparks a lot of interest or love. I feel like it's just like passing time for the guy. I just don't feel like I love my position with a dude. I feel like it's hard at times, or I feel apart. Ace of Wands. I'm passionate about opening up things that have ended. getting victories from them with her. This is a man's reading. I'm reading a man's energy, but definitely I feel like a man wants to fix a problem, a problem or a separation. He wants to play with the option to reach happiness. But I also feel like it almost feels like somebody, I feel like this man, I feel like you got a man that's wanting to run after you or return. I feel like a man wants to return to a lady. The problem is I feel like the lady's moved on and has truth and clarity. She's moved away from it. So I feel like a man wants the attention of a woman. This is very specific. I feel like he wants the attention of a woman, but she's already put it behind her. You guys don't communicate very well, or somebody doesn't enjoy the communication. You definitely could both be air signs, or he or she could be a water sign. Something about air or water for you. Somebody may not have the patience. Somebody may not have the patience to emotionally open up or desire anymore to move in that direction with the other person. I feel like they're like, what's done is done. I'm not in love with you. Ace of Cups reversed. I don't wish to be in that wish fulfillment that you seek. That decision you want, now you want to communicate. Well, we had our time. The time's passed on. I buried this. I buried this. That's the judgment. That's the outcome. We're not moving in a direction that makes sense. And I don't feel the same. And I feel like she feels that way. The Strength card and the Knight of Swords. I feel like a woman feels like a man didn't treat her right, or lack showing her the balance she was looking for in the man. I'm sorry, Libra man, but it feels like you got something fucked up happened here. Whether she didn't know how to get truth and clarity out with communication, or she felt you wouldn't do this. I don't know what's going on. All I can tell you is there's some kind of situation where I feel like somebody wants in and somebody else is like, nah, the curtain's closed. And it does feel like she's ready for new, exciting love. It feels like she's more attracted towards running towards a new connection, or already did, and kind of left you behind. For the Libra guy, I feel like you might have been left behind in a scenario. So if you ran away from a lady or mistreated a lady and you're trying to fix it or go back to it, I don't feel like her passion or desires there anymore. I feel like she still looks at the conflict or all the things that made her unhappy. And I feel like that's why she's not really fighting for the relationship anymore. I feel like she's, it washed her hands of it kind of energy, whatever. Welcome in, everybody. Please remember to hit the like button. Thank you. I'm like way overdue for coffee. I'm going to give Libra a little bit more. Show me something for Libra, please. Anything you can. Let's see where we go with this. So what it's telling me is there's a desire. I'm telling you, it's a guy. There's a dude. He might not have long hair. He might be fucking bald for all I know. But there's a dude that has a desire. And I feel like he's struggling to let go of the desire or see things that... It's almost like the person doesn't see how things were toxic or unhealthy. I feel like they look past it or they pretend like it didn't exist. The 5 of Wands to the 9 of Wands, I feel like this is something they have to figure out. I feel like his desire or the reach that he's aiming for the love, is lacking the conversation, or both parties aren't willing to move towards the connection of speaking to it. Somebody's not in love anymore. I feel like I'm done. Somebody's not in love anymore, and it feels like it's a woman. And you know what's fucked up about that? Both cards are women. Cha-ching, cha-ching. She cut the chains. I feel like, the rainbow was there at a time, but I feel like that rainbow's gone. I feel like the emotions are gone. I feel like the communication isn't there. I feel like they were in love at one time, but the the problems and being aware of the issues became where they wanted to go to a new direction and not go backwards. They wanted to look outward, not towards something that wasn't working or showing any change of a situation. You know, changing it all, changing for the better, changing in growth. It just feels like it was something that couldn't be worked through, and somebody trusts that they wouldn't have the patience to tolerate it again, or that it would make them miserable, something like that. So that's why they're like, nope, I want to soar away from this. I don't want to be sidetracked or blinded by the stress of what it was, or repeat it. I don't want to repeat it. Page of Swords. I'm cutting free of it. I'm done. That's what I see. All right, here we go. I hope somebody can get something out of that. I try to give you a little extended because it seemed like a lot of shit going on. Seemed kind of like one person's still trying to fix a situation that you can't get a 50-50. Like if one person's in it to win it and the other person's not, that shit ain't going nowhere. I'll be real as the day is long. One person wants somebody and the other person doesn't want somebody. You ain't going far with that shit. You ain't going far with that shit at all. You think I haven't been in that situation? You fucking crazy? Where I want to be with this person, but we were young and they wanted to move on or to experiment with somebody else. That sucks. That's hard to deal with, depending on how attached you get to it. Anywho, let's go. Scorpio. I wish I could listen to music right now while I read to you guys, but I don't want it to interrupt what I'm saying. And the microphone might pick it up. I've never tried. Maybe one day I'll try. Their feelings towards Scorpio. Somebody could feel like they are your soulmates. Somebody could feel like you are the right person to take the risk with, or glad they're taking the risk with you. Clarify. Somebody may feel like you come off very solid or very organized, or you guys fit. Somebody may feel like you fit, or you may feel that way towards them. Let's see what's going on. This is different. I almost get an energy where you, Scorpio, if you're dealing with somebody, whether it's now or in the future, you're going to both have an attraction towards each other or similarities, but the attraction will have its differences. And then when you need time alone, like you'll be able to find that for yourself. They'll be able to find that for themselves. You have a lot of strength and trust too, as far as not being like, I don't feel like you'll be jealous with this person. I don't get like you'll be jealous. I feel like you'll be more excited to invest in change. You guys could be very goal-oriented together. With that said, that comes with patience and making sure you're giving enough time for love and being organized together. Something about working together. This is a weird one. Both of you, I feel like I'm picking up a couple. Both of you may have had broken relationships in the past, like a lot of broken relationships in the past. Both of you. It feels like it was on the level of communication, the lack of speaking with each other, whatever this is. I have no communication on the table. 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. I feel like you have a lot of this in common, desire. I feel like you both kind of feed off of each other's desires. This person has their desire. He has his desire. She has her desire. And I feel like you both going for that wish fulfillment or that direction. And I also feel like there's a strong love connection because of those desires. Like you tangle the two. You almost like cross them together like DNA type shit. Here we go. Anything else for Scorpio? What are their feelings towards not looking for conflict. It almost comes off like you may deal with somebody, if you're single, you may deal with somebody who tries to trust if you don't feel like you want to give them the time of the day or the energy that they know to back off, or they try to work with you with this. This is I don't usually get readings like that. It's not for you either, or in general. I feel like he's learning to do that with you. Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Devil's reversed, King of Wands. What are you not trying to stress with? The forward momentum of how you feel about each other. This person, I feel like I want to say this man could be confused in direction, what direction to go in. He could also not have a car or have car issues. High Priestess. I do see him wanting to put work in, but also trying to like focus on. I always feel like the biggest part of his lesson is going to be listening, but also growing with you, or you adapting to how he is, or his need. You guys basically focusing on seeing each other for face value of what you have to offer, but also making sure you tend to that person's specific emotional needs and them doing it to you. A lot of what came out on the table though was like when you need them to back off, they back off, but when they don't want you in their circle, you kind of do the same thing to them. I don't get readings like that. That's kind of different. I feel like the answer to the problem, it's not a problem, but the answer to this is having the right communication, making sure you guys communicate, you know, that's what you need. When you guys need that distance or need to separate a little bit, or your own like time to, I don't know, play with your conscious, you know, think about your future, making sure you're giving yourself that time. Maybe also speaking about what you want to see change. It's almost like knowing intellectually how to speak to the other person so that on an intellectual level, it touches an emotional level. I get something like that out of the two. It's not my typical Scorpio reading. Here we go. Anything else for Scorpio? I don't think it is. I mean, I can't really recall what I said to Scorpio last time, but here we go. It's the same thing. I don't remember. I can't remember. It's like a week ago. Here we go. I'm close to it. You got a bunch that fell out. I'm going to give them to you. I just feel like whoever you deal with is trying to find their direction. I really feel like this. I do feel like you and that person know what their desire is, but they're looking for the direction or see the growth of it. Something like that. Very simple reading. It feels like he's looking for that more than he's probably working at trying to figure out how to make this work. Some of you, he could be wondering if he's gonna achieve it. It could be on his mind so thoroughly that he wants to know, like, if he's gonna get what he wants. He also comes off as somebody it's hard to change their mind. Like once he's made up his mind on a situation, it's made up. It doesn't matter what sign he is, earth, air, fire, water. Once he's made up his mind on the situation, it's really hard to, I'm telling you, it's really hard to change it. If he's got his hand like on a situation that he's attached to, whether it's the relationship, it doesn't feel like I was talking about a relationship as much as I was talking about his career, like something that he's passionate about. It's hard for him to switch or learn something new. He doesn't want to give up on whatever he's put his work and effort and time into. He's very stubborn in that manner. Whether he expresses it, if he doesn't express it, he shows it physically. Something like that. I'm over it. Anything else for Scorpio? Show me something specifically for Scorpio. You're going to see this. I feel like the message I have is because it keeps bringing a guy up. I feel like you're going to see him need to focus on going towards changing, evolving, growing. I feel like 3 of Wands, he's stuck. I feel like he's stuck. He doesn't want to accept change. He's already made up his mind on the situation. I feel like you're the part of him that makes him see that things need to change. He needs to change or try something a little different. Learn something potential. I get this learn something different energy. Like if he doesn't try to learn something different energy, he's going to waste too much time into one thing. And I feel like you'll be the one that tells him, I'm done. I feel like you'll be the one that tells him. Whether it upsets him or not, I feel like that communication needs to be had. I feel like this is a future reading, the end of this. I don't feel like this has happened yet. Good luck. I don't see him really. I see him having a hard time let go of something he's passionate about. There's something he wants to work out with a career. Maybe it's whatever it is. There's something he's very passionate about. I don't care if it's a hobby, a career, or getting like a wish fulfillment in that area. He's not willing to give up. And I feel like it's not about him giving up, but it's about him trying other things while he's trying that, trying to, working, basically having that, but having other things bring him in success. And I feel like he's not going to want to hear it. I feel like he's going to stick with it like the days, like it's going to be like talking to a fucking wall, whatever that's about. I feel like if you try to address it to the person where it's like, listen, this hasn't been working out. You've been trying this for fucking 6 months or a year. Why don't you try this different? And the person's just like, yeah. But they don't do anything that you say, or they really struggle to adapt a shift, whatever that's about. That's fucking tricky. I couldn't get him out of the energy of wanting to accept trying something else. It's almost like his belief is his trust and his mind's made up. Something about you're not going to bend something he's already tried to put work and effort into. It's just not going to happen. I don't feel him. Might be just too attached to the situation. Something about being too attached to it or believing it's going to happen and nothing's going to stop it from happening. It's almost like I feel like you need a whisper in this man's ear. Like, you can do this, but you should be focusing on something else too. Like, why don't you try to do something else? And so you can actually, if this doesn't happen, you have support somewhere else. And it does feel like a lucrative matter, a money matter, whatever that's about. It feels like a money situation where you're trying to help somebody establish where it's like, if this doesn't fly and go in the direction you're looking to get, let's make sure it's not the only direction. So where in 10 years, you're rubbing nickels together or you're homeless kind of energy. Whatever. Here we go. Sagittarius. Maybe it's a younger guy because I feel like the person doesn't want to listen or they're just stuck on stubborn, whatever the fuck the deal is. They're not willing to, they're going to have a hard time listening to what you have to say. I feel like they should, I'm Scorpio. I feel like they should be listening to you. I feel like they're going to have a real hard time being patient with moving in the direction of trusting it, trusting listening to you, because there's something they want or they put a lot of thought and work into in the past, but it hasn't shown any money. There's no fucking money on the table. And I feel like they can't stress about what they want to trust. They just need to trust that maybe I should be focusing on more than one thing. Maybe if this isn't bringing solution to the table, what will? And what can keep me, not having to scratch my head at how I'm going to make ends meet. Shit like that. I don't know. That's what I got for Scorpio. Moving on in a second. This is tickling my ear, by the way, like crazy when I talk. It's tickling my inner ear. Here we go. Shit, I'm almost out of cigarettes. Sagittarius, thank you for being here. Remember to subscribe. Please hit that like button. Thank you very much. Appreciate it greatly. Sagittarius, I didn't drink enough of my coffee. What's the message for Sagittarius? What do we got for Saggy? What are their feelings towards Sagittarius? What are their feelings towards you? Oh, damn it. We're going to start with the abundance card. I'll be right back. I dropped half the deck on the floor. Oh, my God. Here we go. Silly. All right, here we go. We're going to keep the Ace of Pentacles out. That one didn't hit the floor. And this pile didn't either. The left-handed, though. What's going on with Sagittarius? Some of you are accepting challenges. I feel like you're embracing challenges and changes. That's good. I like that. Right off the bat, the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Chalices. I feel like you're accepting and embracing changes. Some of you, it's day by day, whatever that's about. I get this. I'm not expecting much energy out of you right off the bat. I'm not expecting much. I'm just kind of letting things go, letting things happen. Why would you feel like that? I don't know. See if I can get anything out of this. All right, here we go. Ooh. Okay, clarify that one. Clarify that for Saggy. Wow, it's upside down. It's spun on my wrist. Because you've let go of things that didn't work out. I feel like you've acknowledged when things that haven't worked out, they can't be the things that keep you down or unhappy. You come off as somebody who's really been in a challenged position of, I don't want to say authority, but relationships. If they showed the Five of Wands energy, you've learned how to release yourself from that or not stay stuck in unhappy energy. I feel like you were like, nope, I can't be blinded. I can't be stuck on this. Look at this. Hangman reversed. I can't be hung up on it. I'm cutting that bullshit out. I feel like you know this. I'm turning the page. I'm turning the chapter. I'm moving on. And I know I'm doing this, or I know I needed to do this kind of energy. I had to do this. It's behind me now. I'm good with that. This is the decision I've made. You come off, I don't want to be burdened by situations that make me feel reluctantly out of, I don't want to say ammo, but out of balance, out of touch, out of acceptance. I'm inviting change, and I'm aware that this is what I want. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. I'm going to make the decision to let it go. It is what it is kind of energy. I'm not going to be upset. You're over it. You're like, fuck that. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to worry about the judgment or the outcome with the situation. I got to see what it is. Flip it. The world. If it ends, if the lack of communication's there, or I have to do it on my own, that's okay. Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. I want to focus on structure energy right now. I feel like you're not moving towards an earth sign or an air sign, by the way. There's an earth sign or an air sign where you feel like you've overcome or released the past of it. Something about I've released this energy. I'm letting it go. It could be a Gemini, by the way, if it's an air sign. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I almost said Aries, maybe an Aries. I don't think I even have fire here. King of Pentacles, star card. Definitely could be an Aquarius or a Gemini. Maybe a Virgo. You come off like I'm not envious about the past. I'm more inviting about direction, my future, where I'm going, what's coming up for me, what's coming up in general. I feel like it might have taken a couple summers. Something about it might have taken a couple summers for this to actually make sense. You have I'm not looking back at things that upset me energy. Anything that upset me or felt unhealthy to me, I'm not looking back at it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm saying no good. I'm not having power struggle over or letting it have power struggle over me. The Empress, the Three of Wands, I'm moving on energy. You might have felt like you had a lot of lack of emotional support in the past, if this makes sense. You might have felt like there was a lot of, there wasn't a lot of emotional, I almost feel like there was too much resistance in the emotions of the person you dealt with. Three of Pentacles, 10 of Chalices, 6 of Pentacles. I feel like you've let go of the things that stress you out. I feel like you're more focusing on ideas to move forward, to propel forward ahead. You also may feel, some of you may feel like, shit, well, I don't want to stress about going forward, but I don't have all the answers right now. Somebody may feel like that. The Queen of Swords and the Ace of, I just feel like you're trying to figure out what's gonna sustain or make sense. I feel like Sagittarius is like, what do I do to move forward that's gonna make me happy? It's like emotionally, I don't want to be held back or worried about it. But at the same time, the King of Wands, the Three of Chalices, I do think about the happiness or the excitement. I'm not hung up on the judgment. No, I'm not hung up on it or the movement of it or love. I do get this. I miss it. I miss it energy. Or I want to see things invite change or trust in the process. Five of Swords, I'm at a distance. You may be in a you may be at a distance. I'm telling you, with it could definitely be an air, water sign, maybe earth sign. Could be that Aries, but I don't know. Maybe another Saggy for some of you. 9 of Wands. I'm not sure. Here we go. Anything else for Sagittarius? It's like I don't want dilemmas or problems. You have this high. I just want to achieve energy. I feel like very open. You feel very open to letting things just flow the way they are going or the way they will go. Just trying to flow with the passive time. And learning to trust, to let go of something that felt like it was untrustworthy or just didn't put enough time and effort into you. Whether it was a relationship, it was probably somebody you cared about. It feels like it was somebody you cared about. Ace of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Something you wanted to build a foundation with or make sure it's sustained. Well, the Devil's here with the High Priestess in reverse. I feel like you figured out it was a little out of your control or you had no trust over the situation. You might have felt like you had to trust going in a new direction, building on your own all over again, fighting for balance, letting go of being able to be separate from a situation that may have been that did feel like it. I do feel like it bothered you with that Three of Swords energy, Knight of Pentacles, you having forward growth, accepting the reality something's not moving forward, it's becoming part of your past. Like I said, it could have been a Gemini, definitely could have been a Aries, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. There's Virgo again, Page of Chalices. Feel like you've trusted that emotionally I can't let it be a wrecking ball or bother me. I need to move on emotionally intact. You know, I can't be upset about a situation or give it any more time to play with. You come off like I was as patient as I could be in this situation, and now I need to leave it behind. I need to let go of it completely, and I'm aware that that's the best thing for the changes to allow like a concrete love situation to come towards me, or for the communication to happen, erupt, start, begin kind of energy. That's what I see for Sagittarius. You have a very strong, I feel like you have a strong tolerance for accepting what had happened in the past and not letting it show defeat in the future. Not letting it show defeat in the future, making up your mind on that. Eight of Pentacles, not being distracted by all the burdens of the past. You may have tried to fix them in the past. I don't feel like that got as far as you would have emotionally liked. Might have showed more struggle. Nine of Wands, now you're fending for yourself. You're accepting letting go of communication with somebody of the past. Whether it's another earth sign, air sign, water sign, fire sign, doesn't matter to me. I feel like you're inviting the acceptance of new love, or being aware that new love can find you or you can find it. I feel like you're very aware of this. Go to the bottom. I feel like you're not letting anything get in the way. Endings be the thing that serves you or holds you down right now. Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. You're cutting free of that energy. The Magician of the Sun. You're focusing on better outcomes, better things to come, but also focusing on what you have to offer while you do that. It's kind of very good for you. You seem like you're going like, I feel like it doesn't feel like slow motion, but you're moving in a practical manner that does look good. It just, I don't know when, eventually. That's what I have for Sagittarius. We're going to move on to Capricorn. In a minute, Capricorn. More coffee. All right. What do we have for Capricorn? I wonder if I can bring this up anymore. Oh, just a little bit. I'm going to aim this down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Thank you for doing the signs, Jill. Thank you, Craig, for the already on point energy on the live chat. Here we go. What are their feelings towards Capricorn? Somebody could be stuck up on you. Somebody could want you to fight for their attention. Somebody could feel like a lot of people fight for your attention, Capricorn. Somebody could wonder if they made the right choice not talking to you. Somebody definitely could wonder if they've made the right choice kind of separating from you. So this tells me somebody still thinks about you right off the bat. The Hangman, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles, to the Page of Wands, to the Ace of Chalices, to the Five of Pentacles, to the Queen of Wands reversed, to the Three of Chalices, to Judgment reversed. I feel like somebody still thinks about you. Somebody may have enjoyed a summer with you, or they they're wondering if I get this, if they should have left this alone energy. Did they make the right decision, or should they have moved towards you? Somebody's lingering in your energy. Somebody you've already dealt with. Somebody you're probably not talking to because there's no communication. I feel like you're not really focused on that. I feel like you're focused on money, happiness, and being content with things that you have in front of you. I don't feel like you want to focus on anything of the past that made you feel kind of suffocated or stuck on it. Or if it felt like it was treating you unfairly or did, I feel like you've learned that, well, if I can't have a victory there, I'll find the balance elsewhere. I'm not going to struggle on situations that don't serve me or show me the highest ability or achievement I have to offer. I'll cut free of that energy. This could have been somebody that made you feel like they were dealing with more than one person as well, for the Capricorn watching. They could have been dealing with a fire or an earth sign, the Chariot, the Five of Chalices, the Fool reversed, the Ten of Chalices. They could have been dealing with family drama too. Clarify it. Yep. They could have been dealing with another person and family drama. I asked for a yes, and you got changes in family situations, family dynamic. Knight of Wands, Temperance reversed. Somebody may have been lusting over like a celebration with you. I don't feel like you communicate with them. Definitely could have been a air sign. You've got air, and air. Could have been a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius looking for the celebration with you. Knight of Swords. Something fell off. Nine of Pentacles. Something may have been being secretly spoken between the two of you, or something about an adventure. It's behind you. It's ended. Seven of Chalices. Truth and clarity. I don't feel like you worry about this. I feel like the other person is aware that it's behind them. They still have passion for it. They won't admit it. Four of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. I just get like a curiosity factor. And it could be, I'm telling you, it could be maybe a water sign, earth sign, another air sign, or an air sign. You got a lot of air energy. Somebody's emotions, or somebody was attracted to you or was looking at you as a wish fulfillment. Or I feel as if you did this with somebody, what might have happened is you had to make a decision on not to stress about what was going to happen or emotionally be attached to a situation that might not have felt like it was moving forward for whoever that's for. Three of Wands is reversed. It wasn't moving forward. It was very stagnant. Somebody wasn't really emotionally, I almost feel like somebody wasn't playing fair. I'm going to tell you the truth of what I'm feeling on that. Somebody wasn't playing fair, whether it was you or them. Options. In other words, somebody might have been communicating with more than one. It's funny. I picked up every card, and Page of Wands communication came up. Were they communicating with more than just you? Because it looks that way. It looks like if somehow you became aware of this. Somehow you had to trust letting something not upset you. Maybe embody your own energy and focus on the things that make sense to you, not the things that are going to hurt you or feel like they need to stop. Something about, I saw like a stop sign, stop. Eight of Pentacles. You might have wanted to move towards it or build with it. You might have even enjoyed it, but I feel like a decision or an outcome happened where it didn't move forward. Something about it just didn't move forward. I feel like you put your emotions towards wish fulfillment or focusing on a career endeavor and not stressing about building that career endeavor. It's like almost like you closed the curtain or let go of this thing. You accepted that you invited change. You felt emotionally unattached to it or felt like the communication wasn't very truthful. Whatever. This is now gone. The Knight of Chalices with the Lovers. It could have definitely been a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or it could have been a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's your story. Here we go. That is nuts. Here we go. Might have been another sign. Who knows? Could have been fire, earth, whomever. I'm not trying to get into the nitty gritty with that. Aquarius. In a second here, we're going to do Aquarius. Here we go. Aquarius. What are we going to get for you? Aquarius, you come off where you're trying to be humble. You have this, I need to be humble. Anytime something upsets me, I need to I feel like you need to look at a situation where if it upsets you, don't stay grounded. Stay grounded. Don't let it give you any fear or anxiety. Five in reverse, just let it go. Just move the fuck away from that energy. Let it go. Let it be what it is. Focus on more balance than anything and desire. Some of you, it's with career. I'm going to tell you, it's with the victory of a career, or it's an emotional thing at home. It's the emotions at home, maybe the partner at home, Sagittarius. And if not a Sagittarius that you're dealing with, Aquarius, maybe the time frame. Could be the time frame for some of you. I want to know. They came out and this came out. Let's see. A lot of you are putting a lot of trust into your effort or will in the future. Maybe even trust into yourself a little bit more. A lot of you aren't concerned. If you're an older Aquarius, whether you're a woman or a man, I get this lack of concern about falling in love or being in a relationship right now. Whatever that's about. 5 of Swords reversed, 8 of... It's like, if it happens, it happens. You have a lot of 5s in reverse, not really wanting to have the problems or predicaments go south, below the belt, just turn into shit. It's like, I just feel like you're like, I don't want to deal with it. Page of Wands, 3 of Wands. You have a very, 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 very big part of like, I need to stay grounded right now energy. I'm aiming to stay grounded. I'm not trying to let things surface or put me in a box or in a corner. I feel like you're going to, if you haven't figured this focus out, you will. You're not going to let the past events bother you, or the things of the past really interfere with celebrations of the future or you moving on. You're going to let go of all the chaos or the headaches of situations. Your messages don't stress about situations, even if you have a lot of passion for it. Just make the decision not to let it upset you and trust that motive. Trust that decision. The Magician, remind yourself that not every judgment or everything you do, you can fix. You may be wanting to heal situations that they need to heal themselves. Something like that. I feel like you're surrounded by that energy, whether it's at home or work. Home or work. I feel like you're surrounded by both places, and you have truth and clarity of knowing this. That's what I see for you. I'll pick these up and give you a little more, because I feel like yours was very short. You also come off as somebody who either has been a little upset with the outcome at work, or will focus on more figuring out how to bring in more work or excitement of career or balance with. Anytime something upsets you, I feel like you put more work and effort into focusing on being happy. But that's what you should be striving for right now. Anytime something upsets you, forget about it and put in the work or the effort where it belongs. Say it again, where it belongs. I feel like that's what's important, not what the past has shown you, not what the past has made you feel like. I don't feel like that's going to do anything for you. I feel like the 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Swords is you playing with the idea of recognizing I need to focus on the things that are going to make me happy, things that are worth value, or playing with, and being aware that that's the growth I'm looking for. That's the smart move, and cutting out all the bullshit around it. If something feels like it's stopping me or emotionally not making me happy, I'm just going to drink my cup and work my magic. And who's going to do that? You're going to do that. You're going to need to focus on doing this and letting go of situations that feel like burdens or that aren't there for your highest good. Something about you not stressing about this either. You can't stress about this. You got to make that decision. It's not worth the stress or anxiety or being too emotionally attached to it. Let it go and just move away from it or move on from it. I see you going towards these changes of events, or this being the outcome. That's what I see for Aquarius. It may take a little bit more time for each and every one of you, but I see things going in I can't say rapidly, but I see them going in that direction gradually. They are gradually doing it. So it's different time frame for a lot of you, but a lot of you will identify more and more. If it upsets me, I'm removing it, or I'm not going to accept it to be what it is. I think it's very healthy that you're doing this. I get like it's a smart investment on your behalf. All right, we're going to do Pisces in just a second. You have a high acknowledgement energy right now. Here we go. Pisces. Pisces. Kathy, did you watch Virgo? Something tells me you did. Something told me it would hit home with you. I swear to God, I hate doing it, but I can sit in this chair and sometimes I'll know some of the people I'm actually talking to. I don't like to tell you guys that. I really don't like to tell the audience that. Oh, have I told KC or, a couple different people that I know? Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, oh, I know when I'm reading this person's story or that person's or getting parts of it. But I don't tell you. And I wait to see the comments because I get my confirmation that way. And usually it's after the reading. It doesn't happen with every person because I don't, thank God, I'd probably never fucking sleep. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, don't tell it. It's not always, but it's a lot. I mean, I could call it out during the reading just to prove it, but I don't feel like I need to prove myself. Here we go. Pisces. Let's just talk about something before we read Pisces. 4-night story time. It's going to be a quick story. All right. People still like try to test me, or wonder like, what can this guy really do? Is it just tarot? Is it more than tarot? Blah, 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 blah. And like, I'll have people ask me questions. And if you're watching, if you're in here, please don't say anything. Please just acknowledge by listening. That's it. But I'll have them ask me questions. Sometimes it's questions I don't want to answer, or I don't know if they're going to be ready to hear, or if they're going to trust it, yada, 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 right? But like, so I'm going to give you an example. In the past couple months, less than that actually, I had somebody ask me, is some like, this person's not doing well, they're gonna die. When are they gonna die? So I don't want to answer the question, correct? I don't want to tell them because it's like, do they really need to know? And what's the point of you needing to know that? And what's the point of me doing all the extra effort and work on that? So I give them dates, and I'm like, could be the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Like I just throw out a shitload of dates on purpose, just me being Leon, me being myself. And I'm like, no. But it's like, this is the part that counts. When I really decide to sit there and tell them the day that the person will pass, and that day comes to pass, and they get news that the person died, and we're like, you were almost correct. It was like the day after, just to find out the day I gave them was the correct day. Stuff like that. No surprise, but like I said, it's not something I want to, that's not a good feeling. I mean, it's a good feeling to be able to connect like that, but it's not a good feeling to have to explain that or be right about it. I don't know if you all understand that like I do, but still, enough said. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I tell them it'll be this day. I see it'll be the 2nd. It'll be this month, the 2nd. They're going to die on the 2nd. And they're like, oh, they died on the 1st. And they get confirmation from somebody else. The person died on the 2nd early in the morning. And I'm like, what the hell did I tell you? What did I tell you? Well, I gave you a bunch of dates. And you were like, well, you gave me like 8 dates. And I'm like, yeah, I did that because I didn't want to tell you. But when it came down to doing the work and getting the truth to clarity, I gave you the truth to clarity. And you still thought it was wrong until somebody proved to you, no, it was right. I get that message where it's like, you were right about it. And I'm like, right about what? Anywho, let's go. Anyways, back to Pisces. I put the cards up. I'm going to start over for Pisces. Let's go. Let's do this. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for hitting the like button, and thank you all for taking the time to listen. I really appreciate you all doing that. especially because I'm not here all the time. I'd like to be here more, and hopefully in the future, I'll be here more for you, and I'll be more proactive with answering questions in the live. Just not right now. I got a lot of shit going on. I'm trying to get there. All right. I appreciate your time, your energy, and your dedication. And all the comments after the video, I appreciate that more than you guys could imagine. Maybe not as much as trust me, I'm telling you the truth on that. I appreciate that more than you can imagine. It means a lot to me. Here we go. All right. Pisces. What are their feelings towards Pisces? Patience. You have a patient energy. I feel like you're learning to be patient with the past and not let the conflicts of the past upset you, Pisces. I feel like you're aware of this. I feel like things that upset you or made you unhappy in the past, whether it was a fire sign, Leo, definitely could. I'm going to tell you, could have been an air sign or a fire sign. A lot of fire energy here. Fire, earth, or air. There's no water here. There's just fire, earth, or air. Could have been one of those zodiac signs. The moon is reversed with the high priestess. I feel like you had to let go of a situation that you knew was unfolding. It just didn't feel like it was maturing. It does feel like it was a Leo. I feel like you dealt with either a Leo, some of you another water sign, maybe a potential earth sign. Whatever wasn't, the only other obstacle, if it wasn't earth, fire, I'm going to tell you earth, fire, air. It feels like earth, fire, air more than anybody. A lot of it had to do with communication or the endings, feeling like something wasn't moving towards you or was lying to you, was holding back. I'm going to tell you something. Something felt like it was holding back truth from you. It may have felt very chaotic, like you didn't know what to do with it. The world is reversed. The King of Chalices, I do see that emotionally I feel like you had to accept. I feel like you had to accept letting go of something. It does look like for some of you, it was a fire sign. Others of you could have been another water sign that you dealt with. Some of you, it was not letting the emotions of what you felt towards another upset you anymore. It's as simple as that. It was basically taking your power back. I feel like it was you taking your power back, not letting a love situation drain the shit out of you. And you accepting that, you know what, if it's going to soar into the trash can or soar into the ground, let it. Not being stuck on it, or being stuck on him, I should say. I feel like the Eight of Swords, you might have felt blinded by it or by letting it go for a while until you invited the power of change. I feel like you saw it not to be the right investment or not worth not fighting for it. Why? Because it seemed like it just was unhealthy. It was unhealthy and it needed to become part of your past. It was a learning lesson for you. I feel like it did stress you out a little bit. It did upset you at times until you recognized it was extremely unhealthy. I'm just going to tell you, I feel like you would have separated regardless. I feel like you probably weren't dealing with this person over a couple of years or less than 2 years. You would have been dealing with this person for less than 2 years, maybe 6 months, a year and a half. Some of you may not have even ever gotten in front of each other, just had conversations at a distance, something like that. Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you had to let go of a fire or water sign, maybe an earth sign that wasn't working towards fulfillment with you. I feel like you were hoping for this, but I feel like it just wasn't happening. It's almost like they shut their door on the emotions kind of energy. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, they would come around and talk when they wanted to. What the fuck is this? The Empress is reversed, the Three of Wands. They were definitely at a distance from you. I don't like it. The Queen of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, until I feel like you said enough is enough. I think you had enough. I feel like you felt like you were in a challenge position for too long. I feel like it caused too much stress or made you feel like, what did I do? or I almost feel like emotionally you couldn't identify what was going on. Might not have been anything you had to deal with. It might have then been being able to work past their own problems, their own situations. You might have dealt with somebody not being real about how they felt about you. I hate to say that. Or being sure of what they wanted. Sometimes somebody just doesn't know what they want. Two of Swords when it comes to love or going towards celebrations. Did they know what they want? Were they sure of it? Did they know what they wanted? I don't feel like they really knew. Honestly, I feel like the answer is no. I feel like they were still looking for that like that offering or option that like you were an option, but they thought they might have other options they could achieve or go after. But I don't feel like they were focused on the other options as much as knowing where to go in general. Something about they didn't really know the direction at all. Some of you they just were good at talking. You dealt with somebody that was a smooth talker, talked you into a situation of yes, baby, gave you like that yes man energy. But at the end of the day, they never came through with their words. Their actions never met their words. Some bullshit like that. It never really moved forward in your direction, or balanced out, or worked out. I don't know. I'm getting this energy where it's like you did feel attached to this though. Definitely was a water, earth, or fire sign for you. You dealt with a water, earth, or fire sign, is what the tarot keeps telling me. I don't have any air energy really. I feel like the communication was just bullshit. I think it was a bunch of horse shit. Three of Chalices, Two of Swords, the Emperor. You're getting a lot of the same energy. Yeah, it tells me you don't talk to them. It tells me you were emotionally invested until you felt like you were wasting your time or being foolish with the earth sign, air sign, excuse me, earth sign, fire sign, maybe water sign. Definitely could have been fire. I feel like you felt like you were being lied to. Page of Chalices, I feel like you emotionally had to let it go and let it serve its course or time. Basically, let it serve it. Realize it's not going to make you happy. You might have figured this out. I feel like it took longer for you to focus on believing than you wanted to. Two of Cups. No, Two of Chalices, Knight of Pentacles. You might have come to the conclusion that when it came to growth or expansion, that you had to trust that this person was full of shit. That's what I'm getting. You dealt with somebody that was full of shit. And it made you have to move on. This is what it's telling me. You had to move on. Yeah, I feel like you couldn't close a chapter. There was too much damage. There was no emotional connection. I feel like you had to trust knowing that it's going to be part of your past and not let it upset you. I do feel like it did wound you for a while. I feel like you were upset for quite a bit until finally you couldn't stress about it. Eight of Swords, you felt like, damn, I was tricked. I was betrayed. And then you realized you had to get over this. It wasn't worth fighting for. Or the person wasn't willing to fight in your direction or prove something to you. And it seems like love. It seems like love or the distance of it. They weren't willing to sacrifice time and effort or communication enough. You might have got ghosted. Somebody got ghosted, and it was probably you. Huh. That's not going to be everybody's. Let me see if I can get anything else for Pisces. Show me something else. Right now is a good time. Clarify that. I'm going to tell you. I'm not even. Right now, even if a love situation upset you or dampened your happiness, right now is a great time for you to focus on the awareness of the happiness that's still out there to achieve or to go after. Did a Gemini break your heart? Did a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, a Leo? Somebody did. The Hermit. Could have been a Virgo. The stars reversed. Nine of Chalices. Temperance. Sagittarius, maybe. Eight of Pentacles. You're letting go of a disconnect with a person. I feel like you were willing to give it your all, but they weren't really showing up to the table correctly for you. I feel like this was annoying. I feel like you really liked them. I also feel like it made you draw your line in the sand and put it behind you. Recognize Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed, that this isn't the correct action, or they're not treating me with the correct action. So I'm gonna respect myself. And you know why I tell you you're gonna respect yourself? Because of these two cards. You got this once, you got this twice. The Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. You owning up to knowing that you're not going to get stuck by a man or a decision or the changes that should have unfolded that didn't, not letting it get the best of you. Four of Swords, whether they weren't willing to change, or whether you guys just weren't, I feel like, connecting or moving towards you. Something about they weren't moving towards you. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you had on and off communication as well with this person. I'm done. Look at this. I feel like I said on and off communication, staring at completely on communication, and I trusted it to get on and off communication. It was there 1 minute, gone the next, and it just made things more feel like at a distance. And I feel like you're over the hurdles. I feel like you're not being, I feel like you're not stuck on this person anymore. Whatever sign they are, earth, fire, water, maybe air, I don't know. The Judgment is reversed. The love is not there. I think you recognize somebody was playing games with you. I feel like you dealt with somebody that was playing games or a bullshit talker. Some of you might have dealt with somebody that was toxic. I didn't say it when I had it earlier, but it kept showing me the devil. If you were in a relationship, if you weren't at a distance, you saw all the toxicity of them. Whether it was just the way they treated other people, or the way they were dishonest with you, or maybe toxic with drugs. I don't know. Something of the sort like that. But I saw a lot of toxicity with somebody you might have actually had a strong encounter with. That's not everybody. If they were at a distance from you, you just saw it for face value, what it really was. It was more fucking Ten of Swords energy, more at a distance. I feel like playing with you, manipulating your emotions, making you believe something that wasn't true. I feel like you've seen it for what it is, and you dumped the cup out. You said, fuck you and fuck the lies. You know what? You're playing the runner-chaser game. I'm going to focus on my emotions and let go of the situation. I feel I'm not going to be fooled or stressed out about this never coming to life. It just feels like it was a back and forth banter situation. Two of Swords, Chariot. You moved away from this. Since you've let this go, or you've let him go. Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, Three of Swords. You may have wondered if it was another person that was meddling in the situation. I just feel like you dealt with somebody that didn't know what the fuck they wanted. It could have been another person, but it doesn't show up that it was a third party. But it does show up if you thought it was if this person was an air or fire sign. I don't think it was another person. I think the person just didn't know what was going to make them happy, or knew how to focus on that. And I feel like you should manifest the things that are going to make you happy. And that's a true love connection, not somebody who's going to pretend to love you or lust over you, but emotionally they're not even willing to play. That's why it's probably behind you. And I feel like you need to trust what goes on in front of you and let go of the past, of things that didn't feel like they were balancing out or didn't feel like they were fighting for you. Play with the things that want to fight for you or don't seem toxic to you at all. Let go of everything else. Go to the bottom. You got to be aware that some things are meant to teach you what you will tolerate and what you won't. And I feel like you were holding on to a situation that felt true, but it was very untrue to having like the test of time kind of energy. That's what I have for you, Pisces. Let me see if I can get you anything else specifically for Pisces. Can I get something specifically for Pisces, please? Let me try to get something specifically for Pisces. Show me something just for Pisces. Any message just for the Pisces sign. Show me something specifically just for that. What do we got? Anything for Pisces? Just for Pisces. Here we go. Show me something, please, for Pisces. What do you have? What's the message for Pisces? That's so many. That is so many. I'll give you the ones that landed on it. It's mostly, to be honest, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Chalices, the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles first, the Emperor, and the Seven of Swords. Not giving in to delays or worrying about the outcome of your future, really focusing on what you have now, the present. Something about focus on the present. Don't really get upset about the things that you've already tolerated or dealt with or that did upset you. Go towards the things that you feel you can trust, or the things that are going to make you feel more empowered with enlightenment or trusting yourself. Stick with trusting yourself right now. Forget about what's happened. Seven of Swords reverse. Forget about what's happened or what hurt you. Keep it at a distance. Don't let it bother you. I'm going to tell you, don't let that bother you. Focus on your goals, the things that make sense, not the things you've already invested in or that didn't show up the way you were hoping they would show up. That's not to go here. Just let that go, because that unhealthy nature just makes you realize that you can still focus or create things in a better sense. You may struggle to believe that I feel like you struggle to believe the power of love or change is going to happen. And I feel like that's something you got to focus on too. It might not be all of you, but some of you may not believe that it's going to happen. You're going to get truth and clarity. You're going to get stuck when it comes to a celebration or a real love commitment, or like the change. Is it ever going to happen? I feel like you hold on to that a little too intently. And I feel like you're not supposed to have that feeling or focus on that feeling right now. I feel like you're not supposed to really wonder so much about that. Just let things happen and let the outcomes show you the judgments that are gonna, that you're gonna work, like allow in or let come towards you. You go towards. You might have to make the decision just to be kind of carefree with situations. I feel like telling you to trust time. I don't know why. You're going to have to be patient with yourself. I feel like your answer is be patient with yourself, be patient with what's going on. The Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Chalices, and embark on an open, like, kind of enrollment on playing with things that are going to make you feel like you're not only going towards the right judgment, but what makes you feel like it's worthwhile. Something about that brings a lot of desire, passion, love. I think it'd be smart to focus on that, because I feel like if you focus on all the better things to come and not worrying about, so stay on a very optimistic, open mindset, because that's going to bring you that connection. And letting go of anything that has happened in the past will help that happen, or crawl towards you, walk towards you, move towards you a lot faster. Not being stuck with something that's already happened. And it's funny I say that, and the Seven of Pentacles is about releasing the things that have already happened. That's how we're going to end the reading. I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you for your time and energy. I am going to get out of here. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe throughout the weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.